Update. I saw my girlfriend's sister full-on making out with a man, not her fiancé, at my workplace. Is this my business? What can I do? Original post. I, 17 male, work at a coffee shop, and I saw my girlfriend's sister, 24 female, full-on making out with this guy. They were all over each other. We were really busy, and I never would have noticed them, except that my co-workers pointed them out, because they were all like, they need a room. This is a coffee shop. I immediately recognized her, and she's supposed to get married in July to another guy. They could not see me. I didn't want to get involved. But after they left, I came out to clean some tables, thinking the coast was clear. She came back in for something, I think to use the restroom, or she forgot something. She saw me and flipped out, and started begging me to tell her what I saw. I said I didn't see anything, but she somehow knew. She left, but told me that we weren't done, and that we had to talk. I just got home and my girlfriend texted me, asking me what's going on with me and her sister. I don't know what she told her, but I said I don't know. She keeps texting me that her sister is upset and that I should come over. Not to sound like a little kid, but I'm not allowed to leave the house at this time. I texted her that my parents won't let me go there. She said they will drive to my house if I sneak out to meet them. I said that would be hard. She said, please. What can I do? What should I do? I'm a little freaked out right now. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. I am not going to piss off my parents by going out when I'm not supposed to, just because your sister decided to shove her tongue down some guy's throat. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Stop blowing my phone up with texts. I am not sneaking out tonight. Okay. That sounds like you probably are braver than I am. I think that I should text that, but somehow know that I won't. Wow, since her sister is freaking out so much, it sounds like the truth is going to end up coming out. Don't stress yourself out too much. You're not the guilty party. You're just a witness. I'm not sure why her sister didn't just try to forget it and pretend nothing happened. Now she's making it into a much bigger deal, and there's a good chance the secret's going to get out. By coming out, you mean that the fiancé is going to find out? I'm just stressed because I know it's really messed up what she did. I know the guy she is engaged to. I got to know him last Christmas. He was really cool to me. I feel really bad for him. Your girlfriend likely isn't going to stop asking questions until she figures out what's going on. Regardless, it's not your fault if the fiancé finds out. And frankly, it might be in his best interest to know now rather than later. My guess is that her sister will confess, but downplay the situation to a friendly kiss. And if that happens, it's up to you whether you're okay with that version or not. There is no right answer about how you should handle this. You're going to have to go with your own conscience about what feels right. You sound like a nice guy. Sorry you find yourself in this situation. No right answer, huh? What feels right? Nothing is feeling right at this point. Keeping quiet feels wrong, and saying something feels wrong. So, what do you do when everything feels wrong? I mean, what would you do? Ultimately, the sister created drama by kissing the guy. Then she created more drama by telling her sister that something happened that somehow involved you. So frankly, you could just text the truth, that you saw the sister making out with a guy at work, and let the chips fall where they may. It sounds like you were willing to let it all go away quietly, but the sister seems to have messed up that option. This is not your fault. You didn't create the situation. So don't feel guilty about telling the truth when asked point blank what happened, if that's what you want to do. Now for the first update. I finally told my girlfriend that I definitely could not sneak out of my house the night of the kissing. I told my girlfriend what I saw the next day. She said her sister is saying that that's not what happened at all. She says that she hugged a guy hello because she knows him and ran into him there. Then she says she hugged him and kissed him on the cheek, but that he did get a little too handsy with her, and she immediately stopped it. I said, okay, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I was working anyway, so whatever she says is what must have happened. So she texted me later saying the sister wants to talk to me. But by then I was out with my parents. They have a no cell phone rule when we are on family outings, so my phone was in the car all day. When I did talk to the sister, she told me that the guy tried to get too touchy with her, and that's probably the part I had seen, but that it wasn't the make-out session that I thought. I said that's not what I saw, but it's not my business. She was really pissed that I wouldn't budge. But then I got some voicemails from the guy she kissed that night. He said that if I didn't answer his calls, he would personally come see me at work. I didn't know if that was a threat, but I did get kind of nervous. I told my supervisor at work. He said if the guy shows up, he'll take care of it. The guy showed up and asked for me, so he got kicked out of the coffee shop and got in a big heated argument with my supervisor outside. He never came back, so I was glad about that. My girlfriend broke up with me right after that, so I decided to just concentrate on finishing the school year strong. There are other girls that I have possible dates with, but losing my girlfriend is hard. I'm Facebook friends with the guy who got cheated on. I like him. He was always cool to me. But I'm not sure he would ever believe me anyway. My ex-girlfriend texts me really often, but I rarely respond to those as much as I want to. I'm still confused as to how we are the ones that ended up breaking up over somebody else's cheating. Edit. I came into work today and spoke to my supervisor again, since he was one of the witnesses to the cheating. I told him I'm kind of friends with the guy being cheated on. He said to call the guy and tell him to come in for some coffee on the house. Then we can talk to him together in his office. At that point, he says I can show him what I have, and he can also talk to the girls who witnessed the whole thing with us. So I'm going to message him on Facebook and see if he answers. If he does, I'm sure all hell will break loose. First of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry that all this happened to you. You did nothing wrong at all, and you sound like you have a good head on your shoulders. This might sound harsh, but I really think you might have dodged a bullet with your relationship. Your ex-girlfriend's sister sounds crazy, and your ex-girlfriend is pretty much enabling that behavior. It might not be a stretch to say she condones her sister's actions, a grown woman harassing a 17-year-old. Breakups are hard, and it's going to suck and be painful. But from what little information I can gather from your two posts, I think it will be for the best. As far as telling the fiancé goes, I would wait it out. It's clear that the sister is totally comfortable with overstepping boundaries in order to bury her indiscretion, so I would want you to make sure that you would not be putting yourself into a potentially threatening situation before telling the fiancé. I generally do think that a partner who has been cheated on deserves to know the truth, but you have to protect yourself first. So for now, I'd say let it go. By the way, have you talked to your parents about this? I'm sure they would want to know if a grown man was threatening their son and then followed through with that threat by showing up at your work. They also might have some good advice for you. You never know. Take care of yourself. I haven't talked to my parents yet. So far, my supervisor at work has taken care of that. He did threaten the guy not to come near me anywhere. I don't think that guy wanted to mess with my supervisor at all. He backed down when my supervisor got in his face. He looked pretty scared. My girlfriend broke up with me right after that. What was her reason? Could it be that her sister poisoned you against her because you are problematic for her current situation? Her reason was that she has to be loyal to her sister, and right now her sister has a big problem with me. Good riddance. If she condones cheating, then she isn't the type of girl you want to waste your time on. Second update. I PM'd the guy who got cheated on. We'll call him Sam. Sam sent me a message back with his number, so I called. He said that he was told that I started a nasty rumor about his fiancée. I told him that it was about him and that it's true. I told him all about it, but that he could come to the coffee shop and see for himself. He came Wednesday afternoon. My boss and I talked to him and told him the girl saw it too. He believes us, but he is coming back Sunday because the video system holds the last 30 days in memory, so my boss is going to show him. Sam was a little mad, but didn't look shocked. He thinks he knows who the guy is. So now, this is where all hell broke loose. Sam broke up with his fiancée, so that's it. No wedding. I got a text from my ex that said she hoped I was happy and that her sister's life is ruined. I do feel bad. Last night I was working, and my ex's dad barged into the coffee shop, pointed his finger right at me and said, "You, let's go outside. We're gonna talk." He said it very, very loudly and in front of all the customers. I froze for a second, and he said, "Outside, right now, let's go." I said let me clock out first. I walked to the back to my boss's office and told him my ex's dad was there and demanding that I go outside with him. My boss went over and said, "Hey, excuse me, can I help you?" My ex's dad told him it was none of his business and that he wanted me outside like he had all the authority in the world. So my boss said, well, this is my place, and you either buy coffee or get the hell out, but don't come in here and harass my employees like you own the place. And by the way, in case you were wondering, I'm the one who spoke to Sam and told him what your cheating daughter did. So you and I need to go outside and talk. They marched out. Everybody was staring at me. One customer said, what did you do to that man's coffee to make him so mad at you? So they talked for like 10 minutes and it looked more like a yelling match. Then he left and my boss came in and said everything was cool. This morning at school, I got a text from my ex that said, please don't go to work tonight because my sister's friends are planning something. I asked her what and she said just please don't go and that she loved me. I'm not gonna lie, I did get kind of scared, not to be a wuss. So I called my dad at work and told him everything. My parents came to get me at school, but when I went in the office, the cops were there with my ex in the assistant principal's office, and I could see she was crying. One of the cops came out and my dad gave him my phone. My mom took me home and gave me her phone, then went back to the school. I called my boss, and he said he is sure the cops will come talk to me later. He told me to keep cool and let him know if I need anything. Then I got a text from Sam that said, hey, this is Sam. Are you okay? Your boss just called me. I called him and told him what I knew, but I'm not sure what's going on right now, so I'm waiting for my parents to get home to find out. I know Sam had to know, and he said that I did the absolute best thing by telling him and that he owes me big time. But I can't say I feel totally great. It's not your average high school drama. It feels like I started something, that a tornado picked me up and there's nothing I can do as it spins me around. You don't know where you're going to end up and you have no control. It's not easy, that's all I'm saying. But right now, it's just a waiting game. This is not your doing. This is the cheater's doing. You are being blamed because it's easier for them to be mad at you than at her. Not your fault. You did the absolute right thing here. All of this says a lot about that family. For adults to treat a kid like that is disgusting. They're unhinged. The father is totally unhinged, that's for sure. He was beyond furious at the coffee shop. I'm so glad you got other adults involved to protect you. Your ex's sister started all this drama, and screw her for threatening you in the first place. I'm so glad everyone is aware of what is going on and is protecting you. Does the dad think he can bully people and have Sam take his cheating daughter back? This is all bananas. Are you planning on going to college? I'm going to college, but I have one more year of high school. I just turned 17 in April. Your boss sounds awesome. Get him a nice thank you gift. Also, it sounds like you did the fiancé a big favor if this is what she and her friends/family are like. Stay safe. This is totally not how they come across. When you meet them, they are all nice. The dad has always been kind of a jerk, but they're really popular at their church and stuff. They participate in all the charity fundraisers, so they have a good side. But I guess people are not what they always seem to be. Then it's also an image thing. They don't want their big, happy, perfect family facade to be broken to the people in the community. Last update. Okay, long week. A lot has happened, but at the same time, nothing much has happened. My dad gave the cops my phone because my ex denied that she texted me to warn me. They needed a warrant to search her phone, so they wanted mine instead. They also heard the threatening voicemails and texts from the guy who came looking for me. The school called the cops after my dad called them. My ex's dad showed up too, and my dad confronted him about coming to look for me at work. He denied it and said that he came looking for my boss. That is a total lie. The cops ordered him to stay away from me. They sent 2 cops to my house to talk to me. I can honestly say they were totally shocked that all this started because that girl cheated on her boyfriend. They both gave me business cards and their cell numbers for emergencies. My ex finally admitted that her sister's friends were planning on coming to the coffee shop and jumping me, and even bragged about how many bones they would break. I overheard my parents talking about her. My mom said her dad tried to shut her up. She's very worried about what will happen to her at home. The cops talked to my boss on Friday after talking to me and warned him to call if anything suspicious happened. So guess what? It did. The guy who cheated with his sister was parked behind the coffee shop with an older man. My boss spotted them, and they flashed a baseball bat at him. He got their license plates and called the cops, but they were gone when they got there. But I'm pretty sure I have to quit my job now because my parents are going to make me. For now, my mom or dad is taking me to work and my boss is taking me home since I used to walk. My ex texted me all week begging to talk to me. On Wednesday, I agreed to meet her before her softball practice. When I got there, the same two guys were parked across the street. They chased me, but I run cross-country, so no chance. Last night, my dad called me at work to tell me that the cops went to the house to tell them the two men were arrested. He said there were multiple charges, including holding stolen property. The cops also said their criminal problems are big and they won't see the light of day for a long time. My ex has been texting me nonstop, swearing she didn't know they were there and didn't know how they knew I was coming. I don't believe her. I was scared but tried not to show it to my parents. I still think telling Sam was the best thing, but it's just more trouble than I was ready for. I have never been this stressed out in my life. Sam saw the video and my boss said that he broke down, but that there is no way he is ever taking her back. He is moving to Utah. His dad owns a big trucking company, so he is transferring. He told my boss that his ex told him that she will follow him to Utah and that she will camp out in his driveway until he forgives her. I did ask my boss what his favorite bottle was and he said Jack Daniels, so I got him one. I won't say how I got it, but I have a connection. That is all for now. Freaking BS drama. Last story. I introduced my boyfriend to my lesbian friend and now they're together. I still don't know how to process it. I just need to vent because this situation has been living in my head rent-free, and I genuinely don't know what to make of it. While we were still together, I introduced him to one of my university friends. My friend is a lesbian but uses he/him pronouns. At the time, I thought it was great that they got along, because I like when the people in my life can connect with each other. But over time, they started getting really close. Close enough that it started making me uncomfortable. The way they interacted just felt off to me. Eventually, I realized they seemed to like each other. That's when I decided to break up with my boyfriend because I felt like something was going on, and I didn't want to stay in a relationship where I felt like the third person. Now they're actually together, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole situation. After the breakup, I also noticed some things online that made everything feel even more confusing. My ex changed his pronouns on Discord from he/him to they/them, and on X he reposts a lot of LGBTQ-related content now, especially things about being gay. When we were together, he always identified as straight, so now my brain keeps replaying everything and trying to understand what actually happened. Part of me wonders if he was already questioning things and just didn't realize it yet. Another part of me keeps going back to the timeline in my head and thinking about how everything seemed to change after they became close. I don't want to sound like I'm blaming my friend or judging anyone's identity because that's not my intention. I know people can discover new things about themselves, but emotionally, it still hurts and makes me question a lot about the relationship and whether I somehow wasn't enough. Your friend was not a good friend. Yeah, I get that, but it also feels like people just do what they feel, you know? Still sucks though. This happened to me with two of my best friends who I introduced to each other. I lost them both, and they had a crazy toxic relationship that somehow they decided to blame everything on me, even though I lived thousands of miles away at the time and never even saw them. It's messed up and messes with your head for a long time, but you will make better friends who would never do anything to betray you, and you'll forget all about these losers one day.